a quick video to show you how to use a whiteboard outside of Zoom or maybe outside of Teams, so that all participants in the group can use this whiteboard. So it's just going to be a quick, easy tutorial, and then you can play around with it yourself. But just to get you started, if you need to set up a Jamboard yourself, I'm going to use the application called Jamboard because it's easy. If you want to use it yourself, you need a Google account. If you are just attending someone else's Jamboard, you don't, you just follow the link. So as a participant, it's very easy to access the Jamboard. You literally get a link sent to you. So somebody could put the link in Zoom, you click the link and you end up at a Jamboard, and it's pretty easy to use and follow the instructions. If you want to set up a Jamboard, that's this video. I'm going to show you how to set up a Jamboard. You need a Google account to do that. And let me show you what you then need to do. What you need to do is you go to your Google account and find these dots up here which go into your Google Apps. And if you click in your Google Apps, you'll find one called Jamboard, and you press Jamboard and you get to a screen a little bit like this. So you won't have any jams, as they're called, Jamboards, because you haven't got any yet. So if you go down to the bottom right hand corner and press plus, then you'll start a new Jamboard. And that looks a little bit like this. So you can go through the instructions, but basically there's a pen here, there's an eraser here, so I can take that out. The pointer moves stuff around so it can grab an item. Let's do a sticky note and say hi. So you can have different coloured sticky notes, but these are quite good for people to participate in your workshop, and other people can move it around. When they join, it's anonymous, so you don't know who it is, which I think is quite a good thing, really. Helps for honest and open feedback. I'm sure you could figure it out if you needed to, but generally it's good to keep it as anonymous feedback. So you got a post-it there, and you can use the arrow here to grab hold of the post-it and move it around and resize it if you want to. Then you can add in an image, so you can bring in an image if you want to into the Jamboard from your file or from Google or anything. You could copy something over from PowerPoint into here. You can add shapes in if you want to, different shapes. If you just click the arrow, you get an option of different kind of shapes, so you can bring those in. And then the other one that's used quite a lot is this text box. So here I can write a lot of text, and I can have this on the whiteboard. This is useful if you want to, for example, capture actions or discuss learnings or summarize a point. And of course, you can get that grab arrow and move that around to wherever it is. So if, for example, you wanted to comment on some slide from PowerPoint, you could put in your PowerPoint slide, and you could then just say, I think we need to, change this, change to black. So we could collaborate, and I don't think typos really matter too much on here, but we could collaborate and put the instructions on here, and then we've got an agreed place where we can see this. And because we're all working virtually, it's very easy not to make sure we've all got a common understanding, but I think this is great for having a common understanding. The last thing on this board is this laser, which is quite good because, again, then I can instruct you to where I'm talking about. So you can have a little play around, work that out for yourself, I'm sure, and you can get a link to these things to play around. You have up to 20 Jamboards, so you can just add those here at the top. If you see where I'm looking now at the top, you can add Jamboards, you can look at what you've got on different Jamboards, you can copy, you can duplicate them, and overall then you can save. If you want to save your session as a PDF, you can do that, but if nobody deletes it, this can stay here for the next meeting. So maybe we use Jamboard 1 to 4 for the first meeting, then what I found useful is using other Jamboards but carrying it on for the next meeting, but you've only got 20, so there's a limit. So there's lots of things you can do with this. If you want someone else to be, if you're setting up the Jamboard, the important thing to remember is that you need to do two things. The first thing is to make sure that you go up here to the share button and you click on the blue share button, And then you need to say change to anyone with the link. So we need to make sure that is anyone with a link, got it. And then we also need to change viewer to editor. So we're letting anyone with the link edit it. You could have anyone with the link view it, but that's not very collaborative, but you could use it like that more, but then as sort of like, yeah, they haven't got a chance to interact. I think the beauty is when you have them edit it as well, that both of you, or all of you, everyone in the meeting can do this. You just copy the link, and then you could pop that link into the Zoom box that you're talking to people in, and then they can follow it. So you copy the link, put it in the Zoom box, go, right, let's all go over to Jamboard. So people can then add to the Jamboard and do what they need with it. The one thing I've noticed is you need to be quite clear which Jamboard you're on. So if you're not used to using it, what I find is the thing I need to remember is to say, right, is everyone on Jamboard 2? Because otherwise you'll be on Jamboard 1, I'll be on Jamboard 2. It's not clear what we're talking about. So you do have to guide people through which Jamboard you're on. Anyway, the rest of it, I'm sure you can work out for yourself, but this is a really good approach and a technique to use as a virtual whiteboard. There's loads of other apps. Some of them are much more clever than this, but I think this is quite liked by people because it's quite easy to access. Because all you need to do is follow the links. So your customers could do that as well. As long as they can follow links to external things like Google, then they should be able to access Jamboard too. Hope that was helpful. Dee Clayton from Simply Amazing Training. Happy virtual presenting.